Hello everyone, today we'll be learning about C. Alright, so let's go through the list. 1. Intro to C. 2. Integrated Development Environment, also known as IDE. And 3. Programming our first program called Hello World. Alright, so C was used since when Unix was mainly used. So that's quite a while ago. I guess you can call it a grandpa language. Just don't quote me on that, people will get mad at me. But anyways, it's very old, but still widely used today. An example would be, it's used a lot in microcontrollers, programming microcontrollers. And what microcontrollers are is, it's basically a mini computer in a chip. It has the CPU, the RAM, a flash memory or a ROM. Everything is in a chip. And they program these using C language. So it's still widely used today. It's a very useful program to learn. Programming language to learn. So let's get into it. Alright, so what you'll need first is an IDE, Integrated Development Environment. An example of this would be Dev++. Another example is CodeBlocks, which I'm using right now, the latest version. I'll put a link in the description box of CodeBlocks, the latest version, because you will need this to program in C. So once you download that, just install it and run it up. And what you'll have to do is click File, New, and File, ... And you want to click on this. And then press Next. For this, just go to any file folder that you want to save it into. And just type in main.c. And you want to save. I already have this saved right now, so I'm not going to save it. But after that, you just press Finish, and you'll be open to this new source file. Alright, so let's start our program. So what we want to do right now is program Hello World. It's tradition in every programming language to write our first program as Hello World. So basically what it does is it just prints out, not in quotations, but it just prints out Hello World in the console. So to do that, what we'll have to do is include our header file. Let's see here, include std input output .h, and you want to start with int main void. And what you want to do is include these squiggly brackets, these two right here, those two, right? Yep. So what's happening right now is that we're going to write our code inside this int main, inside the brackets, and everything inside will run from up to down. So the command, or not the command, so the code for printing on the console is printf brackets hello. So the hello world will print in our console. And every time you finish a line of code, you have to put a semicolon. It indicates that you finished coding that line. If you don't have this, you'll get a syntax error, and you'll have to redo the whole, not redo, sorry. You'll have to check over and put in those semicolons. The compiler will show you or indicate where you missed your syntax, or where you have your syntax error. So after printf, you want to do return 0. Now this indicates that the program finished. It's done. So turn it off. That's what it's saying. And for those of you who are not using the latest version of CodeBlocks, you will have to include this. System pause. And what that does is it stops. Okay, so when you run this, when you compile and run it, it's going to be, the console's going to open, it's going to say hello world, and it's going to exit by itself. But that's going to happen so fast that you're not going to see it. But if you put this, if you put system brackets quotation mark pause, then what it'll do is it'll open up the console, it'll say hello world, and it's going to stop until you press enter to exit. Alright, so let's build it and run it. So what you want to do is, for those of you using CodeBlocks, the latest version, press F9. It'll just automatically do everything by itself. If not, what you'll have to do is go to build on the top, click build and run, and let's see what happens. There we go. Hello world. Press any key to continue. So that was our first program. I hope you enjoyed it. Here's a tip. This kind of looks ugly, so what you want to do is go to the end of the hello world, \n, which just means it'll skip a line. So let's try this again. See? There we go. That looks better. All right. So thank you for watching. Tune in next time. I'll be going through different variables, such as integers, etc. All right. Thank you.